Well, our first guest joins us in studio, two executives from a company called Web to Door Corporation. SPRV is their stock symbol. To my far left is Mr. Boo Linton, the CEO. Boo, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Don. Thanks for having me.
And the president of the company, Rob Santillan. Of course, we spoke to you last week. Welcome back to the program.
Happy to be here.
Now, what's really amazing about your company, you're involved in logistics, but we had a conversation last week with Rod, Boo, that we were talking about the growth of the company. And you're still growing. I mean, a week later, you're still talking about continued growth. Give some input into that.
Sure. It's just in the last couple of weeks, we've almost hired another 50 drivers. Wow. We just put out a press release. We're a diversified company. We believe in hiring diversified employees, and we're focusing on veterans now. You know, we want to give them opportunities to work with us. Both Rod and I are veterans to the U.S. Armed Forces, and for us, we want to give something back to our countrymen who fight for our freedom. Plus, it's not just that. They are very dedicated, hardworking employees that have gone through intensive training, and we find that they are very effective at their jobs.
Well, I was just going to say they're extraordinarily trustworthy because we've trusted them with the safety of our country.
Yes, exactly. That's a little bit of our micro growth. You know, we're doing that within the hub in the Sacramento area, but more of our long-term growth plans. The reason the company became public and the reason I'm involved with it specifically as a CEO is our ability to do acquisitions. You know, we've got a model not unlike the waste management of yesteryear that started by rolling up these smaller businesses. We now have we have ours, which is doing very well. We started it from the ground floor, increasing efficiencies. We have relationships with several other companies that we're in discussions with, but we're opening the door even further across the United States as well as internationally. Now that's the last mile sector, which is Rod explained. It's if you order something from the internet, it's delivered to a specific location, then the last mile, could be a few miles, but it's called the last mile, is from that fulfillment center to your front door. It was interesting. I had one of my Bluetooth headphones, the left one went out. And I'm like, oh, great. You know, I like to go to the gym and listen to some music when I'm working out, and I'm not going to have any headphones. So I go on Amazon and click and look, and I'm like, it's Saturday. This is going to be here Sunday.
Right.
The next day, free shipping included. And I live in the Los Angeles area, so that's not our hub.
Right.
But the point is, what we do is we're getting stuff to people the next day. If you did that on FedEx, you'd pay an extra $20 for a weekend fee. It was included in the price. So this is absolutely the future of e-commerce and delivery, and we're part of the ground floor of that.
Well, the growth that you're experiencing, Rod, and we talked about that again, because I've just been mesmerized by the rapidity of your growth, the meteoric growth you're experiencing. As president of the company, I know this is your day-to-day operation. How challenging is it to manage that growth?
Challenges, any kind of industry that opens up in this kind of environment where you have a $1 trillion retail industry and then e-commerce is only a portion of it, it's almost like a lot of opportunities for us to grow. The challenge would be hiring the right people, getting the right systems in place, training them, making sure they're safe on the road, having the right infrastructure, having their vehicles. Those are the day-to-day challenges that we can encounter. That's why we look for companies to help us grow, to help us develop.
Well, we're operating in a booming economy, booming like we haven't seen in probably 30 years. If you're not working, if you don't have a job, it's because you probably don't want one. So I would venture to say that finding the right people is probably one of the biggest challenges, right?
Correct. And that's why we reach out to our veteran community. I think their skill set, their discipline, their dedication, their commitment is the right environment for our kind of operations.
Now, Boo, we've had the pleasure to have you on the program before, you know, where you've been involved with other companies, different industry sectors. But what you bring to this deal, like you've said to me before we went on the air, that you're not really a logistics guy, but you're a CEO, experienced CEO,
yes.
And you're bringing to it your talent for negotiating acquisitions, finding the right targets?
Yes, and a culture that is conducive to happiness and growth. You know, I'm also an actor, and I was on General Hospital for a while, and I was on it during the 50th season. I'm in there, and you know, you wonder how people are going to treat you. Who's this new guy or whatever? Everybody was just amazingly polite, friendly, courteous, happy at their job. And at that time, there was only 2 soap operas left in the whole country. Why was this one existing? Because of the culture that they had within their organization. So the most important thing to me in our success is bringing in that culture where people are happy, where it's like a Google environment. You know, we're not there yet, but we're going to start off where if someone's happy with their job, they're going to deliver with a smile. You know, someone opens the door, they're happy. People, it spreads. And by starting that on the ground floor, we're going to build that, and we're going to have a positive energy with our company. When we do acquisitions, you were talking about growth to Rod. Part of our acquisition model is bringing in other existing operations that are already running. We don't have to start it from the ground up. We just have more senior management overlooking it. And the people that sell that company will be part of our management. So we're building it. I use the waste management example because it's a perfect example. It's very similar. You have hubs all over.
Right.
Every place. If you can have a delivery made to you by e-commerce, there's some kind of hub around you. And overall, we can keep going in that direction, not just last mile. You know, we can have trucks, we can have warehousing. Rod's more of the logistics experts. There's other opportunities that we're looking to get into.
So part of that, what Boo was mentioning is our interest to find the right customer as well, has the right culture that we can adapt as well. Because our business model is to understand our customer. And our customer will be the one that builds that growth for us too as well. Because if we adapt what they're thinking, we're also adapting to the culture, and it makes delivery easy and our engagement easier for our business.
Web to Door Corporation, SPRV is their stock symbol. Gentlemen, the story just gets more exciting week by week. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.